You, Madam Speaker, that I'm a member of the Delegated Committee, Registration Committee, and these regulations. I'm a member of the Delegated Registration Committee of this House. And these regulations, Madam Speaker, were brought to this to our committee by the relevant government department or the ministry, and we discussed and interrogated this regulation in a very serious manner. And Madam Speaker, if there is something which has been designed to take care of the bottom of the pyramid, if you look at the USO fund, if you look at youth fund and other funds available targeted by the government, are formed in a very elitist manner. It is only these regulations which are considering, and the visibility standards were done.
What is out of order, the Honorable Emmanuel Wangwe?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Member for Nabakolo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise on Standing Order 83, just to ask maybe to find out, is the member in order? I seek that he takes his position. Is the member in order, Honorable Speaker, to refer to a committee called Committee on Delegated Registration, which when I check in the order book, I have not been able to find out in which is the establishing standing order. Am I in order, Honorable Speaker, that informs me if it exists in this House, Honorable Speaker?
We'll give some leeway to the new members of parliament. I believe that the Honorable Ruku meant delegated legislation. So you may proceed, Honorable Ruku.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for your defense. I was saying, Madam Speaker, that the only fund which is not elitist is this fund we are trying to table on this House to be considered. Why am I saying this, Madam Speaker? The feasibility studies which have been conducted before proposed regulations outline clearly that over 5 million Kenyans are the one who every single day they seek between 500 shillings to 50,000. What Honorable Junet is talking about, members of people in our villages, in our different constituencies, want to get loan for more than 50,000 Kenyan shilling, those are not within the category of the bottom of the pyramid. This category, which is about 5 or more million Kenyans, have been found themselves in very shaky, very intertwined manner in Shyrok and in other loans which they cannot be able to repay. And this fund, Madam Speaker, is coming to save, to take care of these people who their problem is 500 bob, is 1,000 Kenyan shilling, is 2,000, up to 50,000 Kenyan shilling. The management of the fund, Madam Speaker, if you look at the regulation, it is well classified, it is well detailed, that you have a CEO who will run the fund on a day-to-day basis, with a board of management, or the board of governance, or the board of trustees, who will be taking care of the management of the fund. And it is well stated in the regulation how these members of the board will be nominated and how they are supposed to manage this fund. Therefore, Madam Speaker, we can, as a committee, we can state and we can assure Kenyans that their money will not be lost, because there is even an aspect of saving, Madam Speaker. For every shilling you borrow and you save, the government of Kenya will earn 2 more shillings. That says, Madam Speaker, that it will come a point when you not need to borrow more money for you to conduct your business. And it is stated in regulation. Honorable Angwe need to go through the regulations thoroughly, and you'll be able to see the regulation. So, Madam Speaker, I support these regulations. I support these regulations for the Asras Fund.
What is out of order, Honorable Junet?
Honorable Speaker, I rise on a point of order that, is it in order to insinuate that for every shilling you borrow from Hustler Fund, on an interest of 8%, that the government will contribute to your savings 2 shillings? Madam Chair, when the government itself is lending you at 8%, they're not giving you free money. Why can they give you then free money if they are able to give you 2 shillings for you to save? Madam Speaker, these are the kind of lies that we don't want to be allowed in this country.
Made your point, but I would like to ask the Honorable Ruku, is that truthful? Now, I have given a point of order to the Honorable Junet, and he has raised an issue about truthfulness within the regulation. And I would like to ask whether the Honorable Ruku, would you like to withdraw, or it is in the regulation?
Madam Speaker, if you borrow 500 shilling, there is a percentage which you receive. Out of that percentage you receive, the government will earn 2 shilling. If it is 1 shilling, you have saved. That is factual, Madam Speaker.
Proceed with your debate.
Therefore, what I'm saying, Madam Speaker, is that we don't have any other fund in the Republic of Kenya which has such element as envisaged by these regulations. And these regulations are here so that we can have a fund which is taking care of the bottom of the pyramid, which is taking care of the hustlers in a manner that has not been done in the past. And that is why, Madam Speaker, we are confident that the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto, in coming up with this regulation, it is for the interest of the very poor in our constituencies across this country. Madam Speaker, I support these regulations.
Very well, member for